You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
Oh, yeah, you're framed well.
Oh, you are dripping over there, Nick.
Yeah, I'm aroused.
For the spoilers for Masters of the Universe. Yeah. Go ahead.
I've seen masturbators of the universe, but not masters.
Ooh, either.
Just kind of like how I've seen rear. Does your rear window have that really shitty trailer?
It does.
Where he talks to the camera.
Yeah, we watched
and
that.
And it's this trailer. Oh, that's how we watched it.
Yeah.
It's got the trailer for Rear Window. It's like it was made years after the movie. It's like they re-released it to theaters after Psycho because they referenced Psycho.
Because this is the 50s and 60s when people didn't have home media.
It was made before Psycho, but then they have a trailer for Rear Window that references Psycho when the titles zoom in like that in the how they had to do
50s, early 60s. That impressed people. Don Draper was like,
"Yeah, we have to have them zoom at the screen." But no, then Jimmy Stewart, they had filmed this years later because he's got his foot up and he looks right at the camera and he's like, yeah, after this whole thing on this huge soundstage because it looks so fake. Sorry, I just don't like how that shit looks when it's all like everything's on a stage. Like all the neighbors and their windows, and then it cuts to Jimmy Stewart in his fucking wheelchair and he looks right at the camera with his binoculars, puts his binoculars down or whatever, telescope, and he's like, well, these are just a few of my neighbors. At first, I just watched them to pass the time. But now, I can't take my eyes off of them. And neither will you. This is why you need to come and see the motion picture, Rear Window. Like, fuck, what the fuck? I guess people went for that back then.
I think we all watched that with Mrs. Farx and the Farxlings one day when we were doing something in the past couple months.
It's the window in the rear of my apartment building.
It was a script writing session. I remember that, yeah.
Thank God.
I like to stare in women's windows with my telescope.
Remember
when they dragged him out from like the grave and put him in one of the airport movies in the 70s?
No.
Like Airport 77, however many they made.
Before they were making fun of them in Airplane?
Before, yeah, because they were all in the 70s. I don't think they made it into the 80s because Airplane took over. He was in Airport like 77 or 78 or whatever the one where the airplane is stuck underwater. And I'm like, God damn it, if I watch the movie, I guarantee you I can predict what his scenes are going to be. He's going to be the old man. It turns out he's the grandfather of like a girl who's on the plane. But he also runs the airline. So he's like John Hammond. No, he runs the thing, but his grandkid.
Jurassic Park is the reference you're making.
Yes. So I guarantee you if you watch the movie, his scenes are probably like they just trot him out like the Pope. He's not in a glass cage, but like trot him out like that.
I was wondering, thank you.
And I bet you anything, someone can prove me wrong. I would love for someone to like watch the movie because I'm not gonna.
I would love for someone to just look at this movie that's existing.
And I bet his scenes are all just like him leading the charge of like how are we gonna solve the problem. He's like, there's an airliner teetering on the because it's stranded on a cliff underwater. So there's an airliner like that teetering on the edge of an underwater cliff. Now, how do you reckon we're gonna bring him back up to? What do you reckon we're gonna do about it? And there's 147 souls on board. How do you reckon we're gonna bring him back up to the? He's got to say reckon because he's of that era where you don't say think, you say reckon.
But reckon that pussy.
How do you reckon we're gonna bring him back up to the surface in time for Christmas? And
Airport.
The airliner's stranded halfway between America and England, just like my accent. I'm done.
Welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx Brothers. Wow. I'm Kyle.
Okay.
And I'm James Stewart.
I'm Jimmy Stewart, for fuck's sake. And you can go fuck the moon.
I'm going to jump off a fucking bridge until an angel tells me not to.
What about, who's with us, Kyle?
Clarence, you finally got your wings. No. That's the porn version, so it's like...
James, you can't do it. James, let me tell you, I tried to jump off a bridge once, and it didn't work out too well.
But Jesse, Clarence just got the wings. He's got the wings to give whatever we need.
What kind of sauce with those wings?
I said wings.
Oh, brother, you should have wore your frog suit. Woo! Taking a dive, brother, and pay me some money on the way down. Woo!
This is the spoilers version of Masters of the Universe.
Huh.
We're with Benjamin Terry, who is an editor, voice actor, AD, actor, and will do production sound if you pay him enough. He picked Masters of the Universe. We all liked the movie. Nick didn't see it. That's a spoiler. You're not surprised. You know the show.
I'm curious why you said in the email, what does Army of Darkness have to do with anything?
So when I watched this movie, that's the movie I thought of that like, you'd watch Army of Darkness again, but this movie, like, if you were with, you know how you have an older sister that's not a Farx, and then that older sister has children that are somewhere between 10 and 28?
That's a hell of a qualifier.
10, 28?
One's 29, but yeah.
Oh.
My niece is 29.
Excuse me. The point I'm making is that, like, I could see people in a certain... Like, this is a good mixed company movie. This movie will play well at Thanksgiving if you put it on to kill 2.5 hours.
Or to, like, avoid talking with your racist extended family members. Just watch fucking He-Man. Don't talk about black people.
That girl's looking a little too strong, fighting too many.
I don't want to hear about how the schools don't look the way they used to anymore.
They did turn a white character black, and
I
didn't care. Well,
I didn't care.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you're not connected to the material. I'm not either. I just know that is a thing because Idris Elba talked about, that character? Like, because he's old enough to remember He-Man.
Yep.
He had a connection with it, and I really liked Idris Elba's performance. This is, like, better than Thor, because, like, what they're doing is, hey, you like Thor? Well, if you guys like Thor, why wouldn't you like this?
Which Thor?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok or Love and Thunder? Definitely not Love and
Thor
Thunder.
3 and 1. Like, I wasn't trying to besmirch this movie by saying it's an even-numbered Thor movie. It's an odd-numbered Thor movie, which is...
No, I was asking which Thor.
Oh, yeah. Like Thor 1.
It gets compared to Ragnarok a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Because Thor Ragnarok, in my opinion, is the first Marvel movie to try to be a comic book.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because the other ones before it, they always tried to have a reality. Was Guardians before Ragnarok?
2014. August 2014.
Same year, right?
No, because Ragnarok... Sorry, this is where my spectrum comes out. Like Ragnarok has. Spectrum of colors. Ragnarok is 2017, November 2017.
Okay.
And Guardians 2 was actually the May of that year. Yeah. And then...
I love Guardians, so...
Yeah, Guardians 1 is 2014.
It's weird. I almost don't think of Guardians as a Marvel movie. It just feels like
it's
its
pretty
own
separate.
thing.
That's right. Yeah.
You know.
Well, like, how much was this movie Star Wars? You know what I mean? Like, because when this movie really worked for me was when it was like, oh, cool. You don't have to be like as self-serious and dumb as Star Wars is, because that's what Star Wars is now. Is it can't be like
silly
enough. The puppets were silly.
Was it ever silly though? Was Star Wars ever silly? I don't think
Thor,
it was. Yoda is ridiculous.
Star Wars.
Classic Star Wars has silly moments, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then it gets off the rails with the Ewoks. You know, and because that's what.
Did you see Mandalorian Grogu?
No.
So you just don't see some movies, but you see other movies.
I've seen all 3 Star Wars movies, and that's all there is.
That was at a time when those guys, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, were changing what movies are to the culture. We were creating what would become the blockbuster.
You know what Lucas lost along the way after Empire?
The ability to tell a concise story or be connected to humanity. Wait. Having a good BMI. What?
Just having somebody push back and say that's a bad idea. Because then he would just start firing people that told him that he had a bad idea. Some creative people need to be reined in a little bit.
Wait, are you saying that having different people who disagree with each other come together and try and like figure shit out is helpful to movies?
Yeah, it might be.
Absolutely.
I don't know, sir.
Show.
You're on Movie Baiters with the Farx Brothers. 3 bickering brothers, sometimes 4. Ben Farx exists. I gotta check it. Actually, when you texted me as Ben, I was like, did Ben Farx get a new number? And that reminded me I have to text Ben Farx before the holiday to be
let's correct this. I'm not Ben Farx.
You're not Ben Farx. Well, he exists. Why do you feel this movie didn't connect with broader audiences this time. I have a theory. I'm interested for yours. It's Jared Leto. No one cares or knows.
It could be a couple decades too late.
Yeah.
It could be just how it was promoted, because it just, I don't know. I can't answer that, but He-Man hasn't really been that viable of an IP. I mean, there's been revamps of the cartoon. There's the Kevin Smith version. There's another one made for kids, and then there's the She-Ra revamp, which apparently they all did.
There's one made for kids and there's a She-Ra revamp. Those aren't the same?
There's the She-Ra revamp.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 He-Man revamps. There's the Kevin Smith one, and then there's one made more for kids.
And none of those 3 things you've just said are connected?
No.
Huh.
Yeah.
So maybe people are He-Man'd out, maybe? I mean, they
I
have a
don't
lot
know
of
if they were
He-Man.
just He-Man'd out. I think it was too little, too late. But there's a part of me that's like, I think it has legs. I think more word of mouth that was actually entertaining. Kind of like Pacific Rim. When that came out, that bombed. But we still got a sequel eventually. I'm hoping it gets a sequel.
I think they're setting up for a sequel with...
Well, they definitely did with
Well, there's She-Ra in the end, yeah.
Oh my God, when they played the... Oh God.
A former guest of the show told me going into the movie that this already had a sequel coming. I was like, what? The world doesn't make sense. And then when I watched this, I was actually like, good, because
You want to see it?
Yeah, because they fight with swords, but they have, like, spaceships.
Well, that's the thing. What the fuck is up with, like, spaceships, swords, and arrows in movies this year? Because it doesn't make sense. When you see Supergirl, did you like this better than Supergirl?
I think I put on the same. I didn't like it.
They're very close.
Yeah,
did you like it better than Mandalorian Grogu?
Yeah, because Mandalorian Grogu was just another episode, an extended episode. It wasn't.
But you're bringing your shit into that. You're not, like, saying, oh, this can... Because... Mandalorian Grogu, fun movie, and like my analog to it is that people I don't think of as being particularly connected to, oh, I've got to see every movie.
Right.
I heard like normal people say, oh, I saw that movie with my kid and I liked it.
Yeah.
And that to me is enough to go, oh. And as someone who is not normal, striving to appear normal, with my children at least, I could see taking my child to this movie and my child and I coming out going, oh yeah, we enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Even though, as you've said, fisting is very clearly, a joke. Hey, can I do something very inappropriate?
It's the show, yeah.
The teaser, the pleaser, the shocker, the spocker, the rocker, and the showstopper. You know all those? No. But what's that one?
Remember this?
What's that? Inspector Gadget?
Rip 'em.
Rip 'em.
We gotta rip Jake Bullet. Rip 'em.
I don't know what that is.
It's only one hand though, right?
Who?
No Holds Barred. Hulk Hogan.
I'm not a WWF guy.
Oh no,
Back
it was
when
a movie. There's a movie he did in the late 80s. It was supposed to be his vehicle, and his name's Rip. And he's like, rip 'em!
And he specifically holds like that one out?
Like this. Yeah.
That's so lame. Okay.
No, that movie's amazing because I've never seen a movie where Hulk Hogan gets kidnapped by an evil cable conglomerate. He's trapped in this limo.
Comcast? Sorry, we love your sponsor.
He gets trapped in this limo, and Hogan's like, you're going the wrong way. And the blind goes up. He's like, try this on for size. And he punches the back of the limo. For some reason, the force of that fist causes the limo driver to start swerving the limo back and forth. And he starts kicking the side of the limo, which just looks like normal kicks to you and me. But in the universe, is creating shock waves to like swerve the limo to crash into a bunch of shit. Finally, the limo comes up to a parking lot, and all these thugs are there to just take Rip apart. Hulk Hogan's like, whoa, whoa. He looks up. And just by looking up, the top of the limo detonates. And he flies like 50 feet in the air going, Rah! He dispatches all the goons, beats them all up in spectacular fight choreography, be damned. It's amazing. And he grabs the one guy and he's snarling at him. He's going, rah, rah, rah. And he's like, what's that smell? And he's like, Dookie! And it shows a close-up of this guy's ass. He shit his pants.
What movie is this? What's the title?
No Holds Barred.
Oh, that's the name.
That's where the villain from Friday came from. Remember Friday with Ice Cube?
And
the villain.
Chris Tucker?
Not Chris Tucker, the villain.
Chris Tucker's in the movie Friday as well.
Yeah. Tiny Zeus Lister comes from Noel's Bard.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
So you're telling me Friday has a reference to a Hulk Hogan movie?
Yep.
Like my Hulk Hogan connection is Three Ninjas, High Noon, Mega Mountain.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on video shelves.
At first I thought you were talking about Suburban Commando.
Yeah.
But then you said late 80s. I'm like, no, Suburban Commando was 1991. So.
So how I bring it back to Fisto in Masters of the Universe is, do you guys know what the...
Hulk Hogan's a D-bag, by the way.
Yeah, we
Hey,
what?
Yep.
What?
Was. Oh, right, he died.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Wait, why is he? Because he's anti-union. He's fucked over his colleagues.
Ventura would tell you all about it.
He's the one who.
Yeah, but Ventura sued a dead guy.
There's a sex tape. He did a sex tape. I
You owe me money in life.
Where his sex tape. I think he talks about having diarrhea from bad sushi during the sex tape, but also talks about
it's either vulnerability. Can you not open up to women?
No. It's either the Jews or it says the N-word during that same sex tape, while in which he also mentions having diarrhea from bad sushi.
And when he got caught with it, the rumor is he would go to the WWE locker rooms and be like, "Oh, brother," he wouldn't apologize for what he did. He was just like, "You got to be careful out there. You'll get caught." It's just like, dude.
If you're gonna say the N-word while having sex, don't just make sure she's not filming.
She's not filming.
So in theory, this woman or the person having sex with the woman is more turned on by saying the N-word.
Well, I don't know if he did it. We don't know. I haven't watched the tape, but we don't know if he said it to turn her on or if he was just like.
Quick Thor-related side note.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth was supposed to play him in a biopic.
That's not coming through.
No. Because
what a shame.
You wouldn't know what the truth is with that guy. But somebody at some point released a 3-panel comic talking about what the Hulk Hogan biopic would be. Like, I saved wrestling, I saved television. And the best panel is Hulk Hogan on some dying kid's bedside, and the kid's going, "My dying wish is for you to say the N-word whenever you wish." Brother!
Jeez.
So terrible.
Terry Hogan?
Terry Bollea.
Terry Bollea, excuse me. Yeah,
had some bad sushi.
Masters.
So Fisto, you know what you call a minivan?
Fisto? I don't know what.
2 in the front, 5 in the back.
Maybe that's why he had the
Masters of the
Maybe Terry Bollea got 5 in the back, and that's why he was so loose. Maybe it wasn't the sushi.
You couldn't handle the sushi.
The sushi was fine. It's just like your asshole is too loose.
Annie from Community is in this movie.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
Dave Franco's wife.
Yep.
She doesn't do a whole bunch of the movie, though.
Well, she got the memo at least.
Yeah.
She knew what it was.
She turns in exactly what this movie is in need of, which is like a hammy performance and like, oh, you're the high status character, so I'm going low status, which, I don't love that, but it was funny. And since we're in spoilers, can you explain the ending when she gets the skull and she's looking at it and is like,
I've seen you better, or something like that.
Yeah. So, does Skeletor come back as something else?
I assume that's probably what they're going to do.
But that's not, you don't know lore that, explains.
The lore of Skeletor is just all over the place. Like, whatever iteration they come up with, it's always a new lore. Like, I think there were fans disappointed that he wasn't the brother of the king this time around.
Oh, because
he was in the 2002 series, and then it was hinted at in the Kevin Smith series. Oh yeah, no, he was the brother of the king in the.
So Adam's uncle is.
Yeah.
So it's just the Lion King again.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have in the sequel. They could retcon it if they wanted to.
Maybe, but it doesn't. He wasn't that in the '80s show, so it's just. It was a fun touch for the 2002 series, but yeah, they always kind of mess with what his origin is. If he's a creature of magic or was he mutated, they always just kind of add something new. So.
I mean, bad guys never stay dead, anyways.
What I liked about this movie was when he's doing the and I put my fist in the air, and then they hold too long.
Yep.
It's like, no, I've reached my crescendo, guys.
The crescendo.
And it's like, we've gone through all of this effort, and we're using our technical skill to make a joke. And it's like, oh, okay, I know what movie I'm watching now. It's a movie that knows what we're seeing is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a comedy.
Yeah, it was a comedy first.
I kind of didn't like that scene because I thought they stalled the movie to explain the joke, but I'm glad it only really happened once. Like, if it would have happened repeatedly, I kind of would have been out of it. So, like, at the end of the movie, when they do the which is a reference to the stock 16 animation.
I was confused, so that was a reference at the end when they're all going.
In He-Man, the 80s, they used a lot of stock animation. They just reused it, and one of them was called Stock 16, and that's when the character goes and I was surprised that was in there, and they just cut to Cringer kind of looking to the side. I think that was perfect because that's so weird. Did you watch that video I sent you or emailed you guys?
Video? I didn't notice a video.
Okay,
No.
I apologize.
I'll maybe if I have to promote something at the end.
Is it a He-Man thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. There's an animator named Tom Cito, who's
Tom Cito would love to have you on the show.
well, he's a professor at Cal Arts in California.
Still would love to have you on the show.
He would
if
be
you're
a great
in
guest.
Minneapolis sometime.
He'd been working at Filmation. He was producing an episode called Greatest Show in Eternia, which is either the best He-Man episode ever or the worst.
Great.
It's about Skeletor stopping the circus. And he thought it would be funny throughout the episode that anytime any bit could be seen as funny, some character has to do the So his original cut had 16 different moments in a 20-minute episode of somebody reacting, going, to like almost everything. But someone caught him at the final edit and he had to redo it. So for funsies, I took that episode and tried to reinsert where those moments would be. Yeah.
Explain your life to me. You dedicate yourself to this kind of thing. What would push you to do such a thing?
What
Sorry
do
to
you
be
mean?
so.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like
pushing
what
to do
you
such a
took
thing?
it like. I've been impressed throughout this debate. Which doesn't really materialize into a bait enough. That you have a deep knowledge, and then you would put effort into recreating.
I love the absurd and the stupid.
Yeah.
And that idea of having an episode of every character reacting to every little bit just sounded like amazing. I want
you
to
put this out there.
It is out there.
It's
yes.
on YouTube.
Yep. And the George Lucas in me wants to fix the ending because I was still kind of learning about compositing. So the last laugh shot doesn't look so good. But there are moments where I'm like, wow, I can't believe I actually accomplished what I did. You know, because it's pretty seamless.
I've only met you.
Where could you see that?
It's on my YouTube page.
Oh yeah, see your
Benjamin
YouTube page
Terry.
to that camera.
B. Terry Classics, formerly Alto Sham 2, and then there's my professional page, Hanco Studios,
Nice.
which is now B. Terry Classics, because my mind was like, I don't want to have my name, I don't want it to be like a Ben Terry film, because film is such a collaborative effort, right? That I can't do I own it all. I don't own it all.
Something or other film.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
like that. Yeah, yeah.
A film.
Kevin Smith feels the same way. I know from commentaries I've listened to of him when I was a young teen.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's great. But so I was like, I'll call myself Hanco. It's a nonsense word. But then I discovered there was a Hanco HVAC service, right? And then out in Ohio, there's a Hanco Studio, which is a married couple combined their names to fix your windows. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'll be Ben Terry Films, but let's make it more pretentious. Whether you love it or hate it, it's a B. Terry classic.
I don't think you have to worry about HVAC folks in Wisconsin.
No.
And confusion for your business. There's nothing that will get you to watch this movie, right?
Well, if I had oodles of time and I could just see movies willy-nilly, yeah, I might have seen it. I just don't. Right now, like, I'm trying to finish a fucking feature script, and like I don't have my time.
There's no more beer in that one.
To add on top of why I did the He-Man and be kind of attracted to things that I find stupid and entertaining, the reason why I ended up working on Weredeer is they released a trailer. They made a fake trailer, right? They had no intention to make.
They didn't have a proof of concept trailer?
Yeah, they had no intention to make a feature. They thought they would just do this for fun. in the trailer, this deer puppet appears off screen and starts raking its antlers against the tree. And I'm like, oh, I want to work on this just because of that shot of how stupid and ridiculously awesome that is.
Do you hunt?
No. I make my friends hunt, and I kind of make fun of them a little bit. And in Curse of the Weredeer, you will never see a better boys' night out hunting experience in your life.
Wow.
So it is like a hunting trip movie.
It's a movie. There's something. I'll try to do the tagline. There's something fishy going around in the backwoods of South Tromaville. When Randy gets bitten before his bachelor party hunting weekend, there's something out killing all the men, and Randy has to go to the bachelor party because time with the fellas is important. Will Randy be able to solve the mystery and be able to heal himself of the curse of the Weredeer?
Will there be a sequel? If this one does well enough?
Rumored.
Where is this available? Is this available to watch?
It's actually available on the Troma Now app.
Oh, okay.
First month's free. Second month's $5 afterwards.
Oh, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I don't get anything. It's Troma.
So did you say you edited this as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because when we talked, I knew you were color grading it.
Yeah, I was probably doing too much. Because it was quite the learning experience, kind of learning how much time I should really put into it. Because I was just obsessed with it. Like I was putting off paid work.
What?
Yeah, because I just really, this was a dream. This was a dream gig to do a feature film.
Yeah.
And not just Troma, but just getting my first film credit. And I did it for pennies. And I might have done too much. And at one point, I think I was getting a little overzealous. And I was starting to kind of see it as my baby and forgetting that it's not. It is the director's baby. And
you have 3 other children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll find out about that.
So I did the good, just a giant chunk of like the rough, the assembly, the roughs, and then a nice gentleman by the name of John Vergio. He added in the effects, and they trimmed up a few other things that they wanted to change over time.
Why do you feel you were doing too much?
Because I was. I really was. I was editing what they wanted, and then at the side I would kind of like make some creative choices and have some back and forth. Because that's when my mind was like, well, let's be collaborative. But then at one point I'm like, I really should just do what they want of me. You know, I kind of need to kick my ego to the side. Even if I think some things that I'm doing is necessarily better, it's not what they want. And that was kind of a hard pill to swallow. But at the end, I think I've come out much better, much more professional in how I do things. And I don't really obsess too much about perfection. Once something's done, it's done. You know, whether it's how I like it, as long as the person I'm working for likes it, I'm good.
How would you?
I mean, I get that. You want to keep the story intact. The director or the screenwriter had a vision in mind, and you want to keep that vision. Yeah, I understand that.
Speaking as 3 writer-directors, how would you, as an editor in the future, try and elevate and because it sounds like if an editor I think I speak for any of the 3 of us, that if an editor who is separate from any of us had an idea that could make the story better, I'd want to hear it, even if it were an alt. So, like, is that what you're talking about, or something else?
Something like that. Here's what I would do.
All right.
I would make a timeline exactly how the script goes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change anything. I think my perfectionism, if I'm doing assembly, there is a part of me that would take out the actions and the cuts and stuff. I can't. Me personally, I can't watch an assembly that still has action, cut, between scenes.
Is that expected?
They actually exist, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they have that so they know how much they have.
Well, because sometimes you're wanting to use a portion. I think this is what you mean, like wanting to use a portion of a shot.
Yep.
But you still like stuff's going on that you want to see, but someone's yelling action.
Yeah.
And you just want to roll that.
You can always
audio,
mid out.
You want to roll the audio edit.
Yep.
Independently of the picture edit, so that you can see what's going on, but you don't want to hear someone saying action and
Is
cut.
that the correct word to use? Like, is it mit out once, or is it mit during production?
I think it's only in production. Mid out
Okay,
sound is just like you're recording.
We're not recording sound.
You're recording without sound, but that's once you get into editing. If there's sound and someone's saying action, that wasn't MOS. That was like they recorded, but like you're gonna hear them say it on the take because they are recording sync sound for that. But like you don't want. Sometimes you want to use a picture that has audio attached to it that you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
So that's
What do you call that then? Is there a word for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
ADR,
the word for
dub
it.
over.
It's just like
Well,
just get rid of the
ADR is
audio.
additional dialogue,
Yeah,
but it's
additional
like if
dialogue.
you're
I mean,
taking out the
Theoretically,
dialogue,
you're gonna cut everything.
I guess it's dialogue replacement since there's words there that you're taking out.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
but like unless it's dialogue that you're that's meant to be kept. Like if someone, I hate it when fucking this happens, but like you get sometimes the director is giving. You probably see it when the director is giving direction during the take.
Yep.
And it's not just action and cut. It's like during, and then you have to cut that out, and then you're gonna have to fill that gap later. That's frustrating, but like it happens.
Room tone. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So there's that too. That's a different thing, but
and recording tone, if you ADR, very important.
Oh, recording tone. Huh.
Yes, absolutely important.
What's
Makes it more seamless for ADR.
What's that mean?
That's just the tone in the booth.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like room tone, you just insert that in there too, so it's not as jarring when you hear ADR.
oh, so you have a bunch of maybe what you do, like maybe 30 seconds of it, so you layer that in.
Yep. Oh God, it's like
Yeah. Because I in fact I've worked on corporate projects, not narrative, but like the corporate but narrative style where we've been doing ADR lately and trying to like make it fit, and it's like it's hard to make it sound seamless.
Quickly answer your question. What I would do is I would follow the script verbatim, and then I would make, if there's anything that I feel like I could change, I would quickly throw a rough of that too. I would have both options. So if they saw a rough thing, they'd be like, "Man, I don't like what we did." I'm like, "Well, here, I did this." Like, "Oh, hey, that was cool," or "No, that's even worse." But just to show that you can change things. You don't have to be beholden. Because I've worked with people that are beholden to what's on the page.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Not
Kevin.
Well, I also think it's easier to critique or say, hey, we should change this in a short film, because it's only gonna be like 10 or 15 minutes. It's not gonna be an hour.
That's what I was going to ask. Is like, are you working in 8
Sections?
16-minute, 20, like a whole act chunk? Like
50-minute chunks.
50?
15.
Oh, okay. So
Like a
there's
short film.
that-
16 of those in a movie.
That's when I.
Or 6 of those,
That's
sorry.
when I was approaching it for the first time. I'm like, okay, I never done this. I don't want to do just one timeline that's going to be 2 hours, and then one thing fucks up, and then it's like, no. So I was like, I'll just short film experience. I'll just do like a 7-minute or 15-minute chunks, and then just go from there. Yeah. So anytime I had to put a new assembly cut, I would just copy paste until there was. And that was kind of another thing too. I would deliver upon request, but sometimes I'd be like, "Why are you asking so soon?" Like I literally just gave you something. I'm working on it. And that was kind of my ego a little bit. Like, I don't want to give you this, because I had some external pressure from the group, and that's between me and them, that I didn't agree with at the time, and I still kind of don't, but it's just how it was.
So him being like kind of a loser who can't get with ladies is kind of dumb, because he's like a big tough guy. He looks like Thor. He can fuck. Like, what the fuck is it?
On
It's
a
not
key
that-
while you're talking about something I can't comment on.
All right, let me
Keep
lower
that
the
in.
front. I don't want to hear the stream.
Oh, do you need? Are we good?
No, I'm talking about Nick. I
Oh,
don't want to
okay.
hear his
When
stream.
he
he's
pees,
peeing,
he doesn't want to
Well,
hear him
you know
pee.
what? There are people that are buff that aren't confident in who they are.
Also, it's not necessarily him. It's the story he told was a little too much for the girl.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't high, I mean, he sounded a little too crazy. You don't want
Looks
to be
can
involved
only
in
do
that.
so
yeah.
much in this day and age with your Twitter devices or your not Twitter devices, but what's that, Tinder? She could probably find another hunky man that doesn't sound as crazy.
Okay, I get it. We're talking about when, the upper 10, 20%, they only, pair with each other, and then 80% want them. No, like this guy could have been slamming puss left and right.
He could, but he was a child in a lost world.
He chooses not to use it.
Yeah.
We don't know that he didn't.
And
We don't know.
He could very much be attracted to men, you know.
I mean, look at that costume.
I don't know if Adam's LGBTQIA plus. Is there a lot of LGBTQIA
And He-Man?
plus?
He-Man fans?
I'm sure there's a. Okay, tell me.
Well, that's all I can say about
Yeah.
it. Yes, they're out there.
Why? I don't know. Do you guys feel like he had much of a character arc? He's kind of the same guy from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, well,
With the sword, he's a little bit more
he
confident.
he learned to be a little more confident in who he is, and as Dolph Lundgren said, "Don't get in front of your way to support yourself. Get from behind," which could also be interpreted as a joke too. But
Was it wrong that he asked to try and talk it out? Because, like, for me, the boys are not all right, all of that, but, like, he had the right instinct, which was, hey, Skeletor, can we just talk it out?
Yeah, he tried it.
Well, okay, if I didn't go in there knowing about the production of He-Man the cartoon, I would have been a little confused too, or just think, oh, that's just office humor. But that is a blatant nod towards the moral of the story arcs at the end of every He-Man episode. Today's episode, we learned this because someone did that. Well, the best moral of the story is Man-at-Arms going, Orko's magic doesn't always work out. Same could be said about practical jokes. If you're not careful, you could lose an arm, maybe an eye. So be careful with practical jokes.
That's why they had the person in the post-credit go, here's what we learned.
Yep. That's the Orko saying, today on He-Man, we learned this,
And that's how they justified cartoons like G.I. Joe. Yep. Hey, don't put yourselves in refrigerators, kids.
They had to do it because it was like some sort of loophole because it was just a toy commercial for 30 minutes. But oh no, there's an educational moment,
What cartoons did you watch as a young boy? Since you weren't watching He-Man, did you watch the Beetlejuice cartoon?
Oh, you're looking at Nick?
Yeah. I'm looking at Nick. Yeah, like what the
Cartoons. So I remember watching
end on this. I don't know.
Inspector Gadget.
I bet you
I
did.
did watch Ninja Turtles. I watched. I didn't watch a lot of the real Ghostbusters. I wasn't that into it. I was into Ninja Turtles. Inspector Gadget was super young, like kindergarten. I didn't watch the Beetlejuice animated series much either, even though I liked Beetlejuice the movie. I remember seeing it when I was 4, but we went to Arby's afterward.
It's very specific.
I have weird long-term memories. My short-term memory is for shit.
What did you get at Arby's afterwards?
Same deal.
Probably just roast beef.
Yeah.
It was 1988.
They like Beetlejuice sauce.
What's that?
Beetlejuice sauce on the Arby's.
I don't think they had that. It's probably just Arby's sauce. Maybe horsey sauce.
Yeah, horsey.
Is there a He-Man tie-in to any? Is it with Sonic or something?
I don't think so.
Somebody I thought had a
crossover?
tie-in. What?
A crossover?
Yeah, is it?
I have no
Sonic
idea.
or Arby's might have like a. Don't quote me.
I don't know.
It probably still does not work.
Who's the most hard up for sponsors right now? Probably Arby's.
Oh yeah, probably.
Arby's. No one goes. to
They always
Arby's.
got the weirdest sponsors.
Supergirl isn't a fail because they got $100 million in sponsorships before it came out. So
Does that go to their offset their budget and production and marketing budget?
So the budget is the budget of He-Man and Supergirl was $170 million. Okay, and then they spend $50 to $100 million to market it. Do the sponsorship dollars that come in as revenue count against the marketing budget or the production budget?
Yeah, if it's product placement, then I can see maybe you put it toward the production budget if it's product placement, but I don't know.
Integration.
Oh, well, I was going to say Arby's would have been a great sponsor for this because they have the meats, and so do we.
He-Man has the beef. Oh, yeah.
Any last thoughts on Masters of the Universe?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
What?
Any last
I
thoughts?
thought you were saying yes.
Last thoughts. Yeah, I wanted to comment on one of the moments that actually made me tear up in Masters of the Universe. Because you said there's a part that made you a little sad.
Maybe it's because I hate my father. I don't know.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All right.
You know what you did.
Yeah. So it's at the end where they're doing the stock 16 laugh.
Yeah.
But the music in the background throughout the movie, it's a score by a guy named Daniel Pemberton, and Brian May of Queen. And it's good stuff. And you hear the same score like throughout it. But at the end, when He-Man, or Adam, because he's not He-Man yet, he's talking about what he calls Tila, you listen to the score, it suddenly shifts from the theme you heard through the movie to the theme from the cartoon. And it's amazing. Because it goes from also and when it's like He-Man's needed, and it starts going he's like, we gotta go hide to change, and they're like, we all know who you are. No, come on, we gotta go hide to change into He-Man, and then it cuts to him on Battle Cat, and you hear the He-Man, and it's like playing the old score, but just with modern arrangement. I'm like, oh my God. Amazing. The CGI doesn't look so great in that scene. And I kind of learned when I watched that clip again on YouTube, it looks better on a big screen than on your phone. The movie was definitely made for a big screen,
There's something about that, because like I was watching Avatar Fire and Ash today.
Wow, and a long movie.
Fire and Ass.
Fire and Ash.
Look out!
Fire and Ass. It just doesn't look the same as seeing it in IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
Possibly
missing all that extra space with nothing
CGI,
in it on the top and bottom of the image, that they make sure to not put anything in, because they know people are going to watch it in the scope aspect ratio fucking anyway.
2.1.
It's not in scope. It's in 16 by 9.
178 to 1 or whatever.
Yeah, it's 16 by 9.
Still, but okay, but
and I didn't see it in real IMAX. I only ever saw it in Limax. So a Limax 3D.
Limax.
But like going from Limax 3D to 4K, it's like getting a blowjob with a condom on.
Easy cleanup.
I can relate to the score stuff. Did you see any of either of the two 28 years later?
I've only seen the first one.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
So I liked it. I saw it on Netflix. I didn't see it in theaters because I'm like, oh, everyone's saying it kind of sucks. When I finally watched it on Netflix,
they were wrong.
I watched it on Netflix a week before Bone Temple came out. I'm like, holy fuck, this is great.
Yeah, I've only saw, was it 28 Days Later? That's the only one I've seen.
Oh, you haven't seen the years?
The very first
years.
one.
Oh, there are 2 years sequels.
Oh, yeah. So there's 28 weeks from 2007. It's okay.
Non-canonical.
It's the first thing I ever saw Jeremy Renner and Rose Byrne in.
Sure.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's just, you don't have to see it. 28 years later is great.
Okay.
Shot all on iPhones. And you would never tell. But then,
yeah, you do know when they make certain kills that you could only shoot with something that could shoot at that high of a frame rate. And then
that's small because they had a rig. They do this thing where they do like the Matrix freeze frame.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that you're changing the camera angle during a single moment, so that you had to have multiple cameras to do it.
Yeah.
You can't do that with a bunch of Arri Alexas. They did it with like 20 different fucking iPhone 15s on a rig. So when a zombie gets shot with an arrow, because they had 30 iPhones on a rig, on a half circle rig like that. But no, I thought that was great. And like, oh shit, I slept on this. I didn't see this in theaters. And that was a week before Bone Temple came out.
Okay.
Bone Temple comes out, and at the end, I don't want to spoil it. If you see it, you've seen 20? So you have seen 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
There's a very specific reason at the very end of Bone Temple where they cut to a totally different location with totally different characters, and they bring back the theme from 28 Days Later. So it's kind of like how you're talking about the theme.
Yep.
And it's like, holy shit, I need the third movie now. Because 28 Years Later is supposed to be the first of 3.
Okay.
And neither 28 Years Later or 28 Years Later Bone Temple did well theatrically.
Sure.
They both bombed.
No. 28 Years did okay.
It did okay.
In
but
January 2025.
Bone Temple
Bone Temple
shit
did well.
the bed financially. So it's like up in the air if they're actually going to do the third one.
It didn't do as well as the first one.
But it's
I'm not
basically
student
like,
math.
oh, here's someone I recognize. Here's a location and a person I recognize from 28 Days Later, and they're bringing back the score in the very last minute of 28 Years Later Bone Temple, and do you know the do you right you know
I don't remember it. It's been so long. I saw it in the theater when it came out.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I did 2 notes there. That should be.
Dude, yeah, the AI knows.
The AI will say, "Oh, based on those 2 notes, I know the John Murphy score from 20 Days." And then
you know it's John Murphy?
John Murphy is the composer from the first.
Fucking hate your autism sometimes.
From at least it's not this autism.
Wow. You did an impression of Elon Musk.
I did, yeah.
Saying hello to people.
Yeah.
We're going to bring Nazism to Mars.
I want to give my hot out to you.
I want to do this twice. I want to do it twice. And I want to fuck all your 401ks by...
Why are we making fun of someone on the spectrum? I don't know.
No, I don't care if he's on the spectrum.
To be very rich.
Before we go too far, I'm going to end this show.
If he's on the spectrum, I don't care if he's a Nazi. And if my parents' 401k...
You can kill Nazis on the spectrum, that's
and
our
if my
position.
my parents' 401k gets fucked because all their indices were forced to buy junk SpaceX IPO valued by what might happen in 30 years. Oh, we might colonize Mars, so that's why it's worth this much. So you're going to buy it at this, and they're forced to buy it, and then it instantly plummets, and now your 401k is fucked. Fuck you. He deserves a bullet just for that.
Thanks for listening and watching this long. Tune in next time for Ben's
someone
interview.
Please shoot me in the head with a bullet. Someone please shoot me in the head with a bullet. Okay, I'll volunteer. Hi, Elon. Hi, Elon.
Watch Curse of the Weredeer on Troma now.
Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.